Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your Dungeon Master. My name is Anthony Reed. You might know me as the Dungeon Master of Adventure Incorporated. This is episode 12, and it is the third episode in the Brass Palace story arc. Big shout out to our patrons at patreon.com/adventureinc who make this show a thing. If you are not a patron, go become a patron. Support the show. Help it grow. Make some dough. Give us dough. I don't know. I didn't think this rhyme out ahead of time. It just sort of happened, and then I really blundered it because it could have been maybe perfect. I want to mention that if you like this show and you like the people in this show, and you aren't aware, there are other places that you can find the people in this show. You can find Steph in her Shakespeare show, Protest Too Much. You can find Mike and Steph together in a show called In Addition Pod. You can find Mike and I goofing around in Ask the Pokedexpert. Also, Steph and I do a Survivor live stream podcast where we do an alternate reality game called Alternate Reality Television Podcast. And you can find Rob on a show called Good Stuff about Oreos. All of these shows are easy to get to. All you gotta do is track us down on our social media. And there's links to that in our show notes. There's links to that on our website, adventuringpod.com. It is a gateway for you to go and find us other places on the internet. If you can't just type those into a search bar, you can also just come to the Discord and ask us. We'll be happy to send you a link. So if you like the stuff we do, go and check out the other stuff that we do, because you'll probably like that too. All right, let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and scoundrels, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Belorth, the ranger.
She's a Grimalkin, but that's understood. No pets allowed, even though she's not a pet. I will wait outside. Everyone, if anyone needs anything, I am outside.
Skarpin, the cleric.
Should I just try and snipe them from over here?
Yeah, okay. I did say they were as good as dead. I would hate for my, to break my word on our first contract as Adventure Incorporated.
Ellery, the bard.
We would want you to leave this warehouse.
He points behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Church.
Oh, sorry. We want you to leave this church.
ReedDeeran, the wizard. He say you no worship Shattered Fang.
Yeah, man, he's super wrong. We love Shattered Fang, man.
Prepare yourselves, for these are the tales of Adventure Incorporated. The caravan that you are escorting arrives in the outskirts of the city that surrounds the Brass Palace. The city is large, basically the largest city in Mughamar. And it is split up into several districts. And on the outskirts here, you are making your way into the Trader District, where a lot of the commerce happens. A lot of trade comes in and out of the city. There are blocks and blocks of the Traders District, and most people who come to the Brass Palace, which you can see perched up on a hill overlooking the city, a long distance away. Most of the people who come to this city basically never get past the Trader District. There are some inns and taverns, and then merchant shops and stalls and stores. A big marketplace is set up in the center here that does, it's probably 5 or 6 blocks square of just temporary stalls and bazaar style marketplace. There's a lot of commerce going on here. A lot of people moving around. Now, this is the heart of the Empire. And so most of what's going through here, coming in and out, is pretty mundane in terms of what you have access to. There are some apothecaries that have potions and things, but like this is not really an adventuring hub, so you don't see a lot of the things that appeal to adventurers. Instead, you see a lot of the things that appeal to common people. This is how most of this is like the main artery of the empire, transitioning goods from one side to the other. Inside the traders district, if you went one deeper, you would reach what's called the Rose Quarter, which is mostly built up of homes, pretty wealthy homes on the outskirts of the center of the city. Central road that heads from the traders district through this quarter gets a lot of traffic, but the rest of the lattice work of the city around there does not, because it's all just very fancy, very opulent. Further in is the service quarter. This quarter has things like a lot of like churches are set up here. And there's a couple of libraries that are set up. This is a lot of the inner workings of the city happen in this quarter, but are not necessarily like tangible goods. Right? Most of that stuff happens in the traders district. At the innermost section is the old city district. So also called Mughamara. This is the old, like basically like a historic preservation of a space. There's still businesses here. There's still commerce happening here. There's still people who live here. But it's really designed to, like, all of the cobblestones are kept the way that they were, like by the old style, and the buildings are all the like original buildings that they just have to like keep to a code or whatever. It's designed to evoke an era gone by, of what like the city in its ancient days. And then on the hill, sort of touching all of these districts, is the hill that has the brass palace itself on it. Inside a very thick, like high stone wall, the brass palace looms up above that. And it's a beautiful building. Or series of buildings inside the stone walls, but getting access to it, very few from the city ever go up into that area. There's almost its own little village up there as well, within the walls, but it's, cut off.
Oh, isn't this magnificent?
It seems
Yes,
like
it
you're-
is.
Amanda's music trails
Music
off.
to himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought there was gonna be a word ending that sentence, but I was wrong.
Magnificent's a word. I don't know.
Talia like hops down. She says, "We're almost done, but I am going to need a little help from you.
Sure. What do you need?
We're going to park the caravan here, and I'm going to take the item to our buyer in the Rose District, and I want to make sure our business isn't done until this is in the proper hands."
Oh, sure. Do you need escort to the buyer as well? I don't know if that was. I don't know if that was part of the deal.
It was, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, understood. I thought you were parking us here, and I was very It's fine. I figured it out. We can move along.
I thought it was daft, a guard guarding a guard.
All right, you stay here, and I go there. No, so we both stay here.
She says, Gallet will stay here. He's gonna watch over everything, and we need to take the item.
Oh, yes. Oh, I mean, let's go then.
Yes. She picks up the long crate that can be like opened and closed. She's carrying it under her arm, and it's taller than she is as a half-halfling. So
do you want me to carry that? I can carry that if you...
No, I want you to have your hands open just in case.
Oh, sure thing. And Belroth kind of pets Freya on the head a little bit and gives her a bit of a concerned look, trying to indicate to keep her eyes open.
You guys head through the Traders District. It's very busy, very crowded. Basically, you are a small lump of people pushing through a crowd the whole way. You could try to... Yeah.
Deeran has a hand on the back of, Skarpin's shell. Just to make sure he doesn't get lost.
Skarpin, do you think that you can feel things touching your shell?
Great
how
question.
sensitive do you think that is?
That is
It's very sensitive. He feels, he can feel it through his shell.
Feel their shell. Let's find out.
I bet you would feel pressure of someone tugging on it, but I don't.
Sea turtles can feel their shell when you touch it, because there are nerve endings innervating the bones that go towards the shell. So,
Skarpin can feel his shell.
Pretty cool. Cool shit. Okay, well then you feel Deeran place his hand upon you.
People also ask, do turtles like their shells rubbed? And yes,
Skarpin likes his shell rubbed.
They love a good shell rub.
I was going to say, turtles are not a monolith here. Let's let the turtle in the party speak for himself.
You're right. I'm sorry. This is tortoises. Tortoises like their shells being rubbed.
And
Tortoises, like the
probably
car?
some tortoises, probably not all tortoises like their shell rubbed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions about, do turtles feel love? Oh,
Skarpin feels love.
Does Skarpin feel love?
Yeah, deeply.
I just like that there was a people
Sometimes
also
too
asked
deep.
of do turtles feel love, and I clicked the answer, and it was an emphatic yes, they do.
Yeah, again, prove that. Prove it. Prove those turtles feel love. You cannot.
You can't.
They can't. They can't prove it.
Skarpin turns back at the narrator, one tear just dripping down his face.
Turtles I buy. Fine. But I'm just saying. Real
One
world
time
turtles.
we had a turtle, and he lived in our river, and then another day we found another turtle coming to visit every day, and then each day the one turtle that lived there would be there, and the other turtle who didn't live there would come to see him every morning. They would spend a little time in the water together, and then the other turtle would go back home to wherever he lived. So it was just an everyday thing. So I think that, if you're thinking about whether they can love, whether it was romantic or friendship, I think that, love can come in many forms, and having a bond with another person or another turtle is a very real and observable thing.
Did these turtles then have babies? I feel.
Ellery, where did that come from, man?
I was just really mad, that Gallet was saying that turtles can't love each other, and I've just been thinking about it all day.
I was gonna say, Ellery, that was days ago.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
I guess so. Hey,
Me too.
As the DM, I need to point out that I can, when animals talk, I know what they're saying, and that second turtle was just every day fuck you, guy. That's all he said. And then he would go back to the water. He's just slow.
Get away from me.
That's a bummer.
Try to escape.
It was a good example, but not right. They might be able to feel love, but that wasn't it.
They can feel emotion, though, which is important.
Yes.
And that emotion
if
was
they can
hate.
Feel hate. Yeah, I was gonna say, if they can feel hate. Hate's a lot closer to love. You know what I mean? Everybody knows the real opposite of love is apathy.
Oh.
Skarpin's it's very close on the border between the two a lot of times.
Does that mean that the real opposite of hate is also apathy?
Yes. Great question.
It's not how opposites work at all. I don't like this at all.
No,
I'm trying to picture the graphical demonstration of this. The pictorial.
The Venn diagram of
hate.
opposites.
Love and hate are basically almost a full circle, just with two little outliers, right? And then apathy is on a different page. It's on the back
All right.
of the sheet of paper.
Z-axis.
So she takes you guys to through into the Rose District and takes you down a bunch of back roads through the opulent part of town. Many of these houses have guards set up outside the house, like on either side of the door, that watch you from the second they can see you until the second they can't see you anymore. Because these roads are pretty slow. And so just you walking by is enough to like put everyone on high alert. After a little while, she takes you to one home, no guards at the door, and it's an older looking house here in the town. It's a little bit run down. But she walks up, she says, this is the place.
Okay. You've got your hands full. Let me get the door.
Just knock.
Oh, yes, that makes more sense. He does the two shave and a haircut.
The door opens. And a very elderly looking gentleman stands there. He's in a pressed, prim suit, gloves on his hands. And he says, "How may I help you?"
We are here to deliver a package that has been ordered.
Oh,
My name is Belroth. This is probably the person you want to talk to.
the master will be so pleased. He turns slowly and he grabs a bell and he rings it. But no sound comes out of the bell when he shakes it.
Does Freya freak out?
No.
Okay. Oh.
Deeran
Places the bell
freaks
back
out.
down. Maybe.
He flips open. No, I'm telling you, that's a fact.
Okay.
He flips open his notebook and underlines the word silent, or the phrase "silent bell."
Which was already written there.
Yeah.
Whoa, man!
What if, there were bells that made no noise, man?
The person in the suit just crosses his, holds his hands in his, in front of him, and just looks at you, waiting.
Skarpin turtles his head into the room just to look around.
The space immediately behind this, butler, there is a chair right at the door, and then everything else is just packed high with crates and boxes. Just tons and tons of crates and boxes fill the entry hall here, and a steep staircase leads off from the right, to which at the top you feel like you can see somebody milling about.
He turtles his head back and closer to a show.
You hear the sound of someone coming down the stairs slowly.
My name's Ellery. What's your name?
He does not respond. He just stares ahead.
And this is Belorth and Skarpin and Deeran. And this is Talia.
I present to you my master, Baron Sildicar. And he bows deeply and holds a hand out. And stepping forward from the shadows is a very, very plump human man. He has a bright red hair that is balding into it's very, let's say, real deep peaks around a little tuft in the front. And he's got the dumbest facial hair you've ever seen on a human. Like quarter mutton chops, but then a mustache that twirls out, and then the tuft in the center. And he's so thrilled giddy as he comes around the corner, and he says, my, you have gifts for me. I'm so excited. Please, not a moment to waste. What have you brought to me? I must know.
Talia, I believe this is your department. We're merely...
Talia puts the case down on the ground. slowly pops open one side, slowly pops open the other side. The whole time, Sildicar is just, yes. And then she very slowly opens the lid, and he says, oh. And he comes out and he picks up the halberd, and he says, oh, yes, this is a weapon. Oh, it's so beautiful. It will go so beautifully in my collection. And he puts it back down, shuts the top, clicks close the thing, and scoops it up and hands it over to his butler. And he says, pack this away with the others. Oh, it is going to be a gorgeous piece in this collection. Thank you for delivering it so far. And no problem with the Artificers Guild, I hope. And Talia says, it is safe. We brought it here, and we dealt with all of the problems along the way. Those greedy little thieves won't get their hands on it now. It's warded and protected well beyond their reach. Thank you again. Thank you.
Hey, man. What other stuff you got in there?
Oh, untold treasures and secrets. So many secrets and treasures from beyond time you would not even understand. If I showed them all to you, your puny little insignificant mind would melt from all the cool things I have in here. But don't you worry about that. I'll show you one thing that I have.
Ooh,
and he grabs the little bell. And he rings it again. Silence. Did you hear that?
Belroth. God damn it.
I mean, it's bells in the name.
Deeran flips open his notebook and shows him Silent Bell. I had written this before I got here, man. I don't know why.
I'll tell you what is special about this bell. The bell is linked to the house, and the house is linked to me. And so when this bell rings, and he closes his eyes, he says, only I can hear it.
Why?
Oh, it is designed to be used as a method of warning and alarm. You would set this bell upon a string, and if the string was tripped, the bell would ring, but only for the person who was linked to the bell. I, instead, had an artificer come in at a great expense and rebind the bell to the home, and then bind the home to me with a series of runes and a lot of spellstone, and we were able to link up the house in such a way that now I can be notified when someone comes to the door and needs my attention.
Wow, man, that's so cool.
Thank you.
Why didn't you do it yourself? Like, why didn't you, use your own magic to make it happen, man?
Oh, I am no artificer. I am just an appreciator of the fine arts. I am a collector, a gatherer, one who can truly understand the value and beauty in these artifacts. But I do not make them myself. No.
All right.
Well, this has been wonderful. I will give you your payment, and he hands a letter of credit to Talia. He says, and our business is concluded.
Mr. Sildicar, do you have a business card or something that we could maybe see this collection when you put it on display?
Put it on display.
You said you had a collection.
Young lady, a collection is not for displaying. It is for one to ruminate in, to absorb, to spend their time enjoying of their own regard. I do not buy things so other people can see them. I buy them so that I can see them.
Oh. You know, my grandma always said when you have things you like looking at, you should have people over so they might like looking at them too.
Yes, I have had many important people come from time to time. The Emperor is quite a fan of some of the pieces in my collection, but they are not for public consumption.
Oh.
Run along.
Oh,
Okay, goodbye.
okay, goodbye.
He turns back to Talia. Thank you again, and of course I will be contacting you soon with more deliveries I'll be needing made. She nods, and he turns back in like all giddy as he shuts the door behind him. She says, that was chattier than he normally is.
So, what's his deal, man?
Yeah, so he just has sort of a personal museum?
He has a lot of money and a desire to own a lot of things, and so I enable that in exchange for these. She holds up the little letter of credit, rolls it up, says, I owe you all, and she hands each of you 20 gold pieces.
Great.
Sure.
Your contract is fulfilled.
Was this really all? After everything that happened?
Hey, I don't set the rates, the Commission Legion does.
Alright. Just, kind of thinking out loud here, man. Like, what's it cost to transport something like that? Like, for him?
For him?
Yeah.
It's cost him 2,000 gold to transport.
Whoa.
That's... wow, man. Good work.
Yep. See ya. She turns around to leave.
Oh, hey, before you go, I've actually never been here before. I've never been to the Brass Palace or any of the places around here. Do you know where are we supposed to go again? And he looks at the group.
I figured we were going to look for our friend who told us to come here, Wesley.
Yeah, where did he say to go?
He said to meet him at the Brass Palace, so I think we should just go up to the front door of the palace and ask for Wesley. And if they say no, he's not here, then at least we've seen the palace up close.
Oh,
They're not going to let a bunch of Commission Legion people into the palace.
Well, we don't know that if we don't try.
That is true. In worst case scenario, we just go to a tavern and probably find Wesley anyways.
Huh.
Do you want to, Belroth, do you want to get that thing handled?
He points to the spine in his chest.
Oh, yes, but I figured we would be in town for a bit, so I figured we should probably meet with Wesley first, then I'll go handle this.
Who knows? Maybe he'll send us immediately out on another adventure and we'll have another contract. So I just worry that we won't be up to, snuff for it.
I guess I didn't consider that. Yes, should we maybe split up a little bit to try and cover some ground?
It worked out great last time.
Yeah, I'm not super into the idea of splitting up. And, Deeran points to his face, which at this point has turned into that, green mottled color.
Sure.
3 or 4 days after a black eye.
Well, okay, then I'll go to the healers and you can all wait in the waiting room. And then we'll go find Wesley.
If you're looking for good healers, there's healers in the service district. That's
Okay.
also where you'll find more Commission Legion work if you're looking for a broker.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, we don't have a business card. Maybe you have a business card or something. It was lovely working with you.
Yeah, I work out of here, and I work out of some of the other places around in Mughamar. Just, you can get a hold of me through that.
Okay. Excellent. I guess we'll go to the healers then.
Oh, Wait, as she's walking away, do you mind just real quick, just giving us a review here? And he holds out a third notebook. This one just has a big yellow star painted on the front.
She takes it from you. She looks up at you, looks around, scribbles some stuff in it, and closes the book and hands it back and says, "Good luck."
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
She walks off.
Safe travels.
Leaves, I go ahead and flip open the book to read the review.
It says, pretty competent. And then there are 4 full stars and 1 empty star.
Hey guys, that's pretty good.
Not a bad first review.
But I think we should get business cards. I think that we should make them with our name on the front, and then a way to contact us if people are looking for anything that they want, because then we can hand them out and we can get other people's business cards so that we start to make more friends and more friends and more friends.
Yes, and then we can have little business cards that we can hand out very easily, but then the big business cards that we can leave on tables in taverns that are much more eye-catching for people. Like
that
postcards.
sounds like littering.
Yes, but littering with our names on it.
What is advertising but littering with your name on it?
I don't want to be attached to littering with our names on it.
Oh, okay. Well, then we won't leave them
anyway. What if we put the names of all our enemies on it? We could put one that says the Artificers Guild and pass it out.
That's it? That's all it says?
I mean, what was yours gonna say, man?
Mine was going to be an advertisement for the services that
TESSA
what
was it gonna say?
TESSA,
the Expedition Society.
Of secrets and adventure, and we were going to then some contact information, all of the services we provide, escorts, dungeoneering, animal chimerology, clerical work.
Belorth, I've never been to a dungeon before.
Oh my god. Clerical work is so fucking good. I'm so mad.
Sorry, I got myself with that one.
Belorth, I've never been to a dungeon before, so I don't know if I'd feel comfortable putting that on a list of skills that we're good at. And what if there are skills, what if they say, what if someone's looking for someone to sing them a song, and we didn't put it on our sheet, and then they don't know that we can sing songs for them.
That's the thing, Ellori. This is all just a hypothetical. We can go through several drafts, and if honestly, one of your best services that you can provide is song and dance. We did several birthday parties before we were officially commissioned, so I mean,
terrible as a dancer. That's my dad's area.
Oh well. Okay, song. We can go with just songwriting, theme songs. We can write songs. We can. No one looks like this. They think this is a good idea. I feel like I'm spitballing and no one is on board.
I just don't understand. Like, you had all this plans, and then nobody was everybody was afraid of littering.
I was really worried about sharing this idea, but I was ruminating on it, and then we succeeded. I'm just gonna go to the Healers Guild. Should we? Let's just go.
Yeah, let's go get your little spike taken care of. And Deeran reaches out to try to touch it.
No, he slaps it away.
Do I succeed, Anthony?
That's up to Rob if you succeed or not.
You don't succeed the first attempt. If you try and do
definitely, yeah. Deeran tries a second time, but he uses Mage Hand to distract. I don't know if I can do that, but
sure.
He casts Mage Hand with the other hand, and it floats up, and then he goes in.
I assume Deeran went in with one hand, and the Mage Hand pincered.
Yeah.
And he swats away the Mage Hand, and then Deeran gets it. Oh! Don't touch that! Don't touch that! Don't touch that! Ow! 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 Ow!
3 hands, man.
I thought my postcard idea was a great idea. Ow!
He Mage Hand scratches Freya as they walk.
Freya is confused. Have you ever pet a cat that wasn't expecting it. Just the
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are headed to the Healer's Enclave?
yes, the Healer's Enclave.
Okay. You arrive at the Heroes Enclave. Heroes Enclave. Healers Enclave.
I think we've taken a wrong turn.
This is not where I meant to be, but I guess I like it. I don't know. Yeah, you arrive at the Healer's Enclave. And you, outside there is, like etched into the door, there is a drawing of like, a picture of Iora's symbol. And that is like the primary thing etched into the door. But then around the door are several other symbols, some of which you recognize, some of which you don't, that seem to be other organizations or faiths that have taken up place here to practice healing.
Belroth, maybe you should request a non-Ioran healer. The Ioran one we met just said that they weren't able to do much.
Well, I mean...
Or maybe that healer's good for you.
Belroth is still kind of rattled from the pain that Deeran accidentally, intentionally inflicted on him, and it's like, well, if it comes to that, I'll make a request. I have no religious objections, and maybe they weren't very good, or I don't know, very powerful. And Belroth walks in.
Yeah, you step in, and just inside the door, there are like a bunch of places set up in here, like seats set up for people to wait in. And there is one person, like a tall half-orc behind the desk, and he's like, "Name?"
Belroth Beacon.
Belroth Beacon.
Yes.
What is wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry?
What is wrong?
I have a demonic spine embedded in my chest, and it hurts a lot.
Okay. Great. He makes a note. He's like, "Come with me."
Oh, okay.
He leaves behind the desk and starts to walk down the hall.
Oh, can I bring my companion? And he points at Freya.
Nope.
Oh.
That's all right, man. We'll wait with her here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably pretty stressful for her back there anyway.
True. And Belroth tosses the patch, like a pouch of snacks to Deeran.
Who begins eating them.
No, those are for Freya.
Thanks, bud.
No.
Hey, good luck in there, all right? Good luck. Bye.
He's the only person I know that likes cheese and peanut butter flavored things. Anyways. And he follows the...
He's already like 3/4 of the way down the hallway.
He starts hustling.
He takes you into a space. He sits you down, and he says, "Someone will be with you in just a minute."
Oh, okay.
25 minutes later, someone comes in the door.
God, it's always that way.
We're busy.
I don't believe you. I've never believed you.
Now we're hanging out playing board games.
I know what it is.
Watching Twitch stream.
If I'm waiting for someone to see me and the person who comes in is, I'm an anesthesiologist, I'm concerned. Like, immediately concerned.
Yeah, but like we're cool to hang out with, so
That's fair.
Okay. This person comes in. They are a half elf, and she steps up. She's got a purple robe on, and on her robe is embroidered a flame, like a red flame. And she says, "Hello."
Hello, my name is Belorth Beacon. You are, what is your name?
I am Stellara.
Okay. I have a spine in my chest and I want it out.
Ooh. I assume that this spine is barbed in some way.
Yes. It's not like, I guess the spine is the incorrect term. Yes.
She says, well, take off your shirt and we will take a look.
Yes. It starts unbuttoning.
She places a hand on your chest near the spine, and as soon as she does, you feel like warmth from her hand. Not just warmth, like almost uncomfortably hot.
Hot doctor.
Not a real doctor.
And she is channeling the flame. As she mutters things under her breath, and you hear like, by the eternal flame, blah, blah, blah. And then she mutters a few other things, and she places her hand on your chest. And that flame, that warmth begins to spread until it touches the area affected by the spine, and the spine ignites in a purple flame. Like it is burning on a purple flame on your chest, like actively.
Is that normal? I haven't fully taken off my shirt, and I don't. He's like trying to like not ignite his clothes.
She's like, yes, totally normal. Just, don't worry.
What? You don't seem confident. I don't like when a doctor is not confident.
Everything's fine.
Excuse me? Okay. Does it hurt him at all? Does it hurt Belorth at all, or?
So you don't, like, the space where the spine is sticking into you is numb. And this fire doesn't seem to hurt you at all. You still feel that uncomfortable warmth like everywhere around it. Then it just winks out. The fire stops. The spine is still there. And she pulls her hand back. She says, I'll be right back.
Okay. Should I keep my shirt off?
Yes.
Belroth finally finishes taking off his shirt. She started working before he was done.
She leaves the room, and a few minutes later...
he sits on the paper.
5 different healers come in.
Oh.
I've been here before, bud. One time I broke my foot in 4 places, and an entire emergency room full of doctors came and looked at the x-ray together. I knew it was bad when one of them said, "Holy shit, even that one?" So, like, that's when I knew I had done a good number on myself. Thanks, skateboarding. You're the best.
So a few other people try some various spells.
That one hurt. Don't do that one again. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, while some of them seem to affect the area around the wound, nothing seems to affect that spine that is sticking out of you. And finally, they call down to like an old wizened healer who makes their way down the hall.
Oh no!
They open the door. They place a hand. They reach into a pocket and they pull out a pouch, and they focus on the pouch. And then, all of a sudden, the door bursts open, and a glowing being standing at the door says, "Gregor Restoration, here for your restorations. What can I do for you?"
Ah, yay!
And they describe the problem, and Gregor places his hand over the spine, and like the second he touches it, it's like a wave of anti-power comes over him that he just dissipates.
Can you get him back? He didn't finish the job.
I don't believe we can help you.
What?
I don't know what that is, but no healing we have performed, including a very powerful and expensive healing spell, seems to have any effect on it.
Who? Well, this hurts a lot. How do I get it to not hurt a lot, I guess? I don't know. Is
Pray
there
to
anyone I
your
could talk
God.
to?
Pray to your God and hope they can help you.
That's
These are
disappointing.
the finest healers I know, and if they cannot help you with it, I don't know who will be able to.
Okay. That's nobody. Not even like a maverick cleric who works in here who can help with unsolved cases.
It's lupus.
It's never lupus. Where's Pastor?
We have some of the
Pastor
most
House?
we have some of the most misanthropic healers in all of the Empire, and none of them can do anything to help you.
We'll get our most addicted doctor in, and even he's not going to be able to do it.
I'm sorry, but we've done all we can. And also, we have 6 people in this room and other patients to see, so we're going to just, go now.
Sure.
But
Before,
sorry.
I mean, well, I assume they all shuffled out the door.
So they're starting to, yeah.
He tries to grab the hand of one of them, and he's like, "I'm sorry, but before you go, can I at least describe where I got this, and maybe you can recommend me to someone who, I don't know, studies demonic biology or some sort of academic or some sort of thing like that?"
Look, I don't know how I could help you, but I'd recommend maybe finding a chimerologist.
I will
Oh my
do that.
God. Anthony.
Belroth is upset. Rob is upset. Belroth puts on his shirt, and it he didn't do it right, so it pokes a hole through a different hole through his shirt now. And he puts the rest of his armor on, and he just starts shuffling out. He's sulking.
Yeah, you make your way back into the lobby, sulking.
Belroth, it's still in your chest.
Yes.
Well, did you at least get a referral to another professional who could help out?
I think I need to go back to my academy at some point and consult some notes I haven't looked at in a while.
Wait, they told you to look it up yourself?
Honestly? Yes. But I don't think they know they did.
This is our best healer, web healer. He will help you.
Web cleric.
Yeah, he's a tiefling. Healer is his virtue name. His first name is Web.
He's a warforged. He doesn't have a face, or talk, but he does have a printout on his.
And
It's cancer.
Yeah, he often recommends chemotherapy. Yes, they basically said you need to consult a chimerologist, which hurt my feelings.
Wait, man, did they?
Dear, don't laugh.
He can't get through it.
Belorth, did you say that that's you?
No, I didn't want to.
Do you think... Okay.
Might have helped, but that's not.
Definitely would not have helped. None of them knew anything.
I'm so sorry, Belorth.
It's okay.
Belorth, if nobody knows anything about it, you are the world's foremost expert in this.
What would you do?
I'd go to a healer.
Well, good luck.
I think we really need to find Wesley.
Yes. I'm sure he's at a tavern, and I wouldn't mind that either. But we can go to the Brass Palace. I'm gonna...
Okay, if he's not in the first tavern we look at, we'll go up to the palace.
Okay. That sounds...
The note
Nope.
did say to go to the palace, right?
Well, then let's go to the palace.
Oh,
Yeah,
Or did...
I was just trying to do what Belorth wanted to do.
No, I appreciate that.
Because he's feeling pretty bad.
I'm feeling a lot of large feelings right now. And at least one of them is genuinely pain. It hurt a lot. They touched it in a lot.
I meant what I said, man. You know the most about this in the whole world. That's pretty cool.
Ellery, let's go.
Oh, Skarpin and Deeran, you should come too.
okay.
He hands the bag of Freya snacks back.
Is it empty?
You tell me, man.
But how many of these did Freya eat? Because there's 3 left.
She looks very full.
How many of these did you eat? Because there's 2 left.
Deeran also looks very full. I lost count, man. You were in there a while.
I know.
We saw Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth here. I gave 2 to Freya for every medical professional that we saw enter that room with you, and I had 3.
For every medical professional?
Yeah.
That's...
I'm pretty full.
Oh, that's too many.
So she
I
had
should see a healer.
12 and you had 18.
I like that the guy with an unceasing hunger is like, too much. Too much, dear.
He knows it's a lot.
I assume this is a conversation we're having as we're walking.
Yeah.
Me too. And before long, you pass into the old district, Mughamara, just at the base of the Brass Palace. And you walk down the street with the gates to the Brass Palace in view. As you do, you walk through a central square that has been dedicated to the heroes and the lost of the Shadowfall.
Oh, wow. I wonder what that burned down old building is. I bet there's a lot of history over there.
Seems like there's a lot of history all around us.
It's
Anywhere that has a statue, is old.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have some time to kind of leisure time. We can walk around and check this out.
I'd love that to get more stories. But
Yes.
Wesley doesn't seem like the type to let us have time off. Is Wesley our boss?
I don't know, and I've wanted to ask that same question, but was too afraid.
I mean, so far he's
should try
definitely more
calling him-
senior.
We should try calling him calling him boss and see how he reacts.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it. Well, let's head up. Maybe they're expecting us.
You head to the gate of the Brass Palace. There are 4 guards stationed outside the gate on the ground level, and then 2 guards up above, one in each of a parapet above the entry gate. They are all armed and at attention as you arrive.
Hello. We are the Expedition Society of Songs and Adventures. I'm Ellery. This is Deeran and Skarpin and Belorth and Freya, and we are here to see Wesley Tallow.
Wesley Tallow, can you prove affiliation with the Adventure Incorporated?
Oh,
Belroth
yeah, we've got to.
starts pulling out like the commission thing and like the note from Wesley, because I think we have the like paperwork, right?
Yeah. We've kept
Well,
all
the guild has the paperwork. You don't have the paperwork.
Oh. Well, Belroth pulls out the note from Wesley.
He takes the note and he looks it over and he says, "This is thin proof. I will go and seek Wesley, and if I can find him, I will return and retrieve you. Wait here."
Thank you.
And he, the gate open, like he takes like a small little side door into the tower and heads inside. And 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes pass.
Ellery definitely makes conversation with the other guards that are there. Like, casual as much as they'll engage.
Yeah, and for the most part, they seem pretty friendly. They tell you a little bit about the city and a little bit about the palace. All of the guards live within the walls of the palace. They keep it pretty well protected. And in fact, what's inside the palace is mostly like a small town that is largely the guards and the people who service the palace. So servants and like food and things like that all happen inside the walls of the palace, but it is basically a small town. And then additionally, the headquarters of Adventure Incorporated, the main tower that Adventure Incorporated works out of, is inside the gates of the Brass Palace as well. So it's sort of like the palace itself, and then smaller into the side is the Adventure Incorporated tower, and then the rest of the town inside.
Cool.
And they tell you that things have been, going along pretty well. The Emperor is still not here. She's leading the war effort, but that life goes on in the Brass Palace nonetheless, and that there's a lot of important things happening here. And then after about a half an hour, the main gate begins to open, and swaying slightly in the center of the gate area as the doors open is Wesley. And he looks out at the four of you and he says, "Ah, you have made it. Wonderful."
Hi, boss.
Yes, hi, boss. Hi, boss.
Oh, is that what we are going with now? Okay, welcome, boss. Come, boss.
Wait, Wait, I'm sorry.
Ellery, I don't know.
We're all just saying nice nickname of boss, yes?
Yeah. No, okay.
Yeah.
Come. Let them in. They are my guest, my honored guest. And it's like, yes, you already told us that. We are going to let them in. Please, you may enter the palace.
Belroth follows.
It is so
Skarpin's
nice
pumped.
to meet you. Thank you for your stories.
Deeran, are you paying attention? Or are you?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh.
Deeran is still like gripped onto the back of Skarpin's shell.
All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure. Like that wasn't. I was asking Deeran. Is Deeran paying
Yes.
attention? Or has he wandered off in half an hour?
No. Deeran is like he didn't let go of Skarpin's shell for the half hour.
Yeah.
He's
just-
scared.
Okay. Great. Come. I will. We will discuss what you have discovered over drinks. Let's. We will go to the tavern here inside the Brass Palace. It is a very nice place called Singing Dragon. Very, very beautiful place. You will love it. And he leads you into the area here near the palace, to a small little tavern. He brings you inside. He says, please sit. You may have food. I'm sure you are hungry from your journey. I will get some food for you.
Yes, I'm very hungry.
What? You're back soon is good. Sooner than I might have expected.
Oh,
Things
no.
have-
Sorry. It's terrible. Everything's terrible. I'm sorry. We've had so many things happen in the past couple days that the Demon Isles don't exist anymore, I think.
Well, the Island of Protection, which is where we ended up going, the temple there, seemed to burst with I want to say a negative energy. I don't know. Skarpin, is that accurate? Is that how it felt? You said.
Yes. I tried to analyze this magic that was happening. It was just this void of emptiness, even blocking my divine energy, my divine magics. I couldn't even call upon them properly.
The flora and fauna seem to warp around this magic. And Belorth points to like one of the gross flowers that like Skarpin probably still has, and has changed to this. And I had some encounters with some creatures that have left me horribly disfigured, or sort of disfigured. And he like kind of weasels out the spine or the barb to show.
Man, it's so gross.
It's extra inflamed today because I went to the Healers Guild and they said that they couldn't do anything, but they touched it a lot. So I need several drinks because I am not comfortable.
And then these creatures burst through the temple's wall. There's just weird things, and from what Ellery told us, because I think I passed out immediately, there were just these demonic figures, kind of like tieflings a little bit.
They were much more ugly than us, I believe.
Sure, ugly tieflings.
Ellery, were they uglier than Belroth?
Oh gosh.
Answer carefully.
Well, since I didn't have time to get to know them, it seemed from their actions that they were pretty cruel, and so, my grandma always says you got to judge what a person looks like by what a person looks like inside.
Huh?
So if someone's
Like their guts?
This is what mine looks
well,
like.
actually, that if you say that, there's a but anyway, if you have a nice heart, then it usually means you have a nice face. Ugly isn't something I like to say about people or things.
Is that true in your experience, Belroth? As a chimerologist, do you find that the things that have pretty hearts have pretty faces too?
Well, I feel like, I don't want to say, I agree with Ellery that, I don't want to say ugly or horrifying, but there are several animals with fascinating heart that with more than the normal amount of chambers, and honestly, they're honestly beautiful in their interestingness, in their complexity, and all the
grotesquerie.
I don't know if I would say grotesquerie. I don't know if that's
horrifying visage.
No.
In their nightmare fuel body shapes.
All of the things that I've never said any of these things. I'm
just asking, man.
And speaking of nightmare
I agree with
shapes,
Ellery on the heart statement.
What about the one with the two scythes for hands, and the skull and the face? That was terrifying.
That one was pretty gross, actually.
Their heart's probably not great.
Well, I didn't get a chance to look at it.
So, yeah, terrible things, Wesley.
Yeah, anyways, it's just bad.
Yeah, it hasn't been great, man. How are you?
You're telling me that the demon stone is broken.
Oh. And Belroth pulls out the chunk of demon stone that he has. This is what's left.
Wesley takes the stone and he looks down at it. He says, "We are going to need the elders." Hey everyone, DM Anthony here, just reminding you that if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends. tell your family, let people know word of mouth, and you can support the show at patreon.com/adventureinc, or you can check out the shop at adventureincpod.com/shop. Make sure you check the show notes and the website for all our social media, including our Discord, where you can come and hang out with some great people. We'll see you there. And until next week, I wish you nothing but critical success.
Serious business.